Support comes from Seattle Rep, presenting the return of The Play That Goes Wrong, back by popular demand this June. This award-winning comedy follows the Cornley Drama Society as their production unravels with missed cues, collapsed scenery, and onstage mishaps. Performances begin June 11th on the Bagley Wright stage. Tickets and information at seattlerep.org.
You know, every day on Up First, NPR's Golden Globe-nominated morning news podcast, we bring you three essential stories. At the heart of each story are questions. What really happened? What really mattered? What happens next? At NPR, we stand for your right to be curious and to follow the facts. Follow Up First wherever you get your podcasts and start your day knowing what matters and why.
Hey, Meet Me Here listeners, Jeannie Yandel here. It's Friday, and if you don't have any weekend plans yet, have no fear, we're here to help. Our friend and Soundside producer Jason Burrows is here with his Weekend Warmup, ideas for fun, unique stuff to do this weekend. Take it away, Jason.
Thank you, Jeannie, and welcome to the Weekend Warmup. I have to say, I am very impressed. We received so many listener submissions for events this week, and I am loving it. So let's jump right in with a note from Kat out in Port Townsend about Bark the Musical. Dina's Doggy Daycare is the setting where we get the dog's eye view into the lives of 6 eclectic canines, including an opera-singing poodle. There are 4 showtimes this weekend, 7:30 p.m. on Friday and Saturday evening, along with 1:30 matinees on both Saturday and Sunday. It's all happening at the Key City Public Theater out in Port Townsend, and this is the final weekend of shows, so don't miss out. And Kat, thank you so much for sending this in, even though it is very much about dogs. Another event that was sent in by a listener is Honk Fest West. This annual celebration of music and whimsy transforms neighborhood streets into free performance spaces for a slew of artists and bands. They've got a whole bunch of venues lined up with a whole bunch of performances, so I'm going to make it easy on myself and I'm just going to say the following. Friday, they're taking over Georgetown. Saturday, they're in Columbia City. Sunday, they're closing out at Pratt Park. I'll have the link with all the details in the show notes, so go get your honk on this weekend. And a huge thanks to Anna for sending this one in. Another full weekend event that is already in full swing is the Mason County Forest Festival. This year's theme is Legends of the Timber, and there are so many events scheduled. There's the carnival that runs all weekend, the pancake breakfast, parade, logging show, duck drop, and fireworks on Saturday, among many other events, and a classic car show on Sunday. You can rub elbows with Paul Bunyan and the loggers who keep his legend alive out in Shelton all weekend. Next up, a question. Are you an aspiring photographer? Are you, like me, someone who entered their 30s with the need for a fun hobby, so you bought a mid-level camera and started learning about the rule of thirds? If so, be sure to check out Glazers in South Lake Union's annual Photo Fest. There are workshops and photo walks, professional photographers ready to help you hone your skills. There are over 50 different opportunities to do stuff with a camera at the Photo Fest, and I've got the link in the show notes. It's happening Friday through Sunday at Glazers in South Lake Union. Now, out in Monroe, another listener submission. Tilted Thunder Roller Derby is hosting the 15th annual Battle on the Bank. As a former roller derby podcast host, announcer, and cheerleader, Battle on the Bank holds some very special memories for me, so I'm really excited that it's back in the Pacific Northwest. The weekend tournament will see bank track legends like TXRD and the LA Derby Dolls taking the track alongside San Diego, Sunshine City, the Arizona Hotshots, and the hometown Tilted Thunder. Games start at 10:15 on Friday morning, and they run throughout the weekend with the championship game at noon on Sunday. You can catch Battle on the Bank 15 at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, and a huge thanks to our listener Glenda for sending this one in. Next, Theater Off Jackson in the CID hosts Sally Ride, a new opera about queer love and the first American woman in space. And I feel like that title pretty well sums it up. Showtimes are 7:30 on both Friday and Saturday nights, and the show runs for 3 weekends, ending on June 13th. Out in Woodinville on Saturday, you can hit up Pollinator Fest 2026. 21 Acres Farm is hosting this celebration of local pollinators with a ton of informational booths, vendors, a documentary about caterpillars, garden tours, live music, food trucks, a youth art contests, and more. I am a big fan of bees. My parents have an apiary with all of their own bees, and they make their own honey. So this event is right up my alley. It runs from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. on Saturday out in Woodinville. And this brings us to our final event of the weekend, which is another listener submission. Huge thanks to Mariella for sending this one in. It's the Run to End Weekend Hunger 5K through Seward Park, supporting the efforts of the Backpack Brigade. Here's what Mariella sent along. The Backpack Brigade is the largest weekend hunger relief organization for school children in Washington state. They provide food for children in our communities who rely on their schools for breakfast and lunch and often have little or no food on the weekends. This fundraiser will help further Backpack Brigade's mission to end weekend hunger for more than 5,000 students a week in 102 schools and counting in King County. It sounds like a good time to me, and costumes are encouraged, so get out and help raise some money for a fantastic cause. The 5K run starts at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and there's a kids' dash at 8:45. It's all happening out at Seward Park. And that is it. As usual, we will have links to all of these events down in the show notes. Also, we had a bunch of events that didn't make the warm-up this week simply because we didn't have enough time. I kept all those links. They are in the show notes with everything else. If you'd like to suggest an event for future installments of the warm-up, shoot me an email, arts@kuow.org. And once again, a huge thank you to everyone who sent in events for this weekend. Thank you for listening to Meet Me Here. I am Jason Megatron Burrows, and that's what you could be doing this weekend.
Support comes from Seattle Rep, presenting the return of The Play That Goes Wrong, back by popular demand this June. This award-winning comedy follows the Cornley Drama Society as their production unravels with missed cues, collapsed scenery, and onstage mishaps. Performances begin June 11th on the Bagley Wright stage. Tickets and information at seattlerep.org.
Many Americans will take on debt this summer for a family trip to a Disney theme park. So why is the happiest place on earth breaking their bank accounts? I'm Tio Popescu.
And I'm Claire McGrain. We're co-hosts of Control F, a KUOW podcast that uses data to reveal the hidden stories in our daily lives.
On our latest episode, we dig into the economic realities of a Disney vacation and the trade-offs people make to pay for one.
Listen to Control F on the KUOW app or wherever you get podcasts.